What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona draw 2-2 with Granada away from home. I tell you what, this was a roller coaster of a match, and I feel very gutted right now because, of course, we did score in the final moments and it was ruled out for offside, taken away from an absolutely incredible comeback from the squad. Now, the lineup for this match is on the screen. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Cancelo, Koundé, Christensen, Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Gundogan, Fermin Lopez, and Gavi, and a front three of Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, and João Felix. Look, we dropped points in this game as soon as we conceded 20 seconds in. Gavi, of course, loses the ball. You could say that could have been a foul. They go down the line, shot is off. You could say Ter Stegen should have done better with it, but if you look closely, the ball bounces on the ground right where Ter Stegen is about to save it, so you can't really do anything about that. We can see straight away, they come back 20 minutes later, their second opportunity. They had three chances in this game, Granada, and they scored twice. We've had about 25 and scored twice. Shows who is more clinical. Again, Pau Lopez, the Granada manager, keeps having our number. He's getting draws and wins against us week in, week out. We haven't beat Granada in our last four competitive matches against them. So we're down 2-0. We are creating chances left, right, and center. Gavi's missing chances. Ferran's missing chances. João Felix is missing chances. And then, of course, Lamine Yamal pulls one back right before halftime. And for me, that secured the draw. I'm thinking, okay, you get one before halftime. I was saying in the stream as well, no matter what, whether Granada scored to make it 2-0 or it was still 1-0 them, we had to score before halftime. For me, that's the reason why we got the point. Coming start of the second half, we're absolutely killing Granada. They're one of the worst teams I've seen, but yet again, the story for Barcelona, not finishing their chances. It's becoming a consistent theme this season, where at the back, we're leaking goals, and up front, we ain't finishing off of our dinner. Of course, last season we built off a strong defense, and of course the attack I think was still the same from this season, but now the defense is making some mistakes and the attack is still the same from last season. A thump amount of chances, but no finishing whatsoever. I think, look, I want to start by saying this: Xavi, I don't blame him for this match whatsoever. He picked the right lineup, right system, right tactics. He made some decent subs as well, except for Romeu's change, and yet again it is down to the players. Xavi cannot go out there and play for them. Again, the famous quotes of Pep, the greatest manager of all time. The manager's job is to bring the team from the back until the final third, and then it comes down to the players to finish the chances. I think Xavi did that today. He built off in the back very well. We spent the majority of the game in Granada's half. We absolutely battered them. I honestly think we performed very well. We're creating chances left, right, and center. I think in a difficult atmosphere, going 2-0 down, trying to make a comeback. I think Barcelona played very well today. Again, it's just in front of goal and a little bit at the back as well is where this game was lost. In terms of individual player performances, I have to highlight my man of the match, which was İlkay Gundogan. I think without Gundogan, we lose this game. Gundogan was absolutely world-class everything, and I mean everything, built from the German midfielder. He was controlling the defense, he was coming back and defending, he was controlling the attack. Everything was going through him. If he was not on the pitch, if he started, for example, a midfield three of Romeu, Fermin Lopez, Gavi, I honestly think we would have lost this game. Gundogan was unbelievable. In the attack, I think João Felix was absolutely fantastic. He had shots. Again, he just couldn't finish. He had some shots on the left-hand side. He was coming into the middle, linking up great with Gavi, and Ferran Torres was making some great runs, but the last-second tackle from Granada or last-second pass from Gavi just couldn't get to him. Of course, scored in the end. Now, the reason why the goal was offside was because Ferran Torres attempted to play the ball. I think we can all agree that Ferran Torres was offside just as well, and since he attempted the header, that's why he was offside. If he just stood there, if he just kept on running and left like a dummy for Felix, the goal would have stood. So it's a very unfortunate circumstance. I didn't think the team was going to come back. They didn't on paper, but on reality, they did actually bring it back from 2-0 down to 3-2. It was unbelievable. And I think, again, I'm not disappointed about the performance. I am more disappointed about Koundé getting absolutely turned by this Brian kid from Granada. I mean, if he does not get turned for that second goal, we go on and win this game. It's just so disappointing that it's, again, I think I blame more so the defensive errors than the lack of finishing for this match. I think easily you could have walked away with 3 points here. I saw Xavi's post-match press conference saying that walking from this game from one point is disappointing. We absolutely killed them. I 100% agree. I think, again, in terms of Xavi's substitutions as well, I think his subs were very, very good. First off, Sergi Roberto, bit of an odd one, but again, he came on, scored, credit to Roberto. He then brought on Romeu for Lamine Yamal, but pushed Roberto and Cancelo more forward. I think with the squad, with what the squad that Xavi has, his substitutions weren't that bad. I think Romeu gave the ball away a lot in the last few minutes and, cost us the actual comeback. But if you look at the bench, it's Inigo Martinez, Marcos Alonso, Paulo Victor, Marc Gueyu. It's just nothing. It's nothing on the bench that can attack and influence the game. If you might argue that taking off Lamine Yamal is the question mark, which I would agree. But I think that him pushing Cancelo and Roberto more forward was more dangerous because everything was coming through the middle of the pitch. Out wide, yet again, on the wings, Barcelona looked dead. When it was Joao Felix on the left, when he was hanging a lot wide left, again, Felix came in a lot in the middle, was linking up a lot with Ferran, kind of playing like a left forward, not more sort of a left wing. Yamal was in the game that much. So I would have preferred he pushed Lamine Yamal closer, but he didn't, which is, in retrospect, completely fine. But it's so gutting, man. I really honestly believe that Barcelona should have won this game. We deserved 3 points, but yet again, the refereeing decisions absolutely cost us. Of course, you could say there was a foul on Gavi on the first goal. You could say Ferran Torres didn't influence the play whatsoever. But I think, again, it comes down to the players. We talked about this a lot in the Mallorca 2-2 draw. Again, another 2-2 draw. Barcelona, first, I have to highlight this. We're conceding way too many goals. We conceded, I think, 8 goals in our first 23 matches last season. We're now 9 matches this season. We conceded about 15 goals. It's unacceptable. But again, in the final third, we're just not finishing the chances. Again, Ferran Torres, he's as a starter, he is absolutely shocking. The amount of chances he missed today was ridiculous. I remember there's one chance where he couldn't control it. He had the free kick. Again, Barcelona are tweeting Ferran Torres free kick goals in training. He hits a fucking wall. He had so many chances today, Ferran Torres, and again, he cost us with that offside goal as well, which again, I don't really blame him for that, but I think he had a poor game, and it's just highlights even more that Ferran Torres off the bench is just way more effective. Again, off the bench against Porto, scores. Off the bench in these other matches and he scores. I think when we have our front three well and fit, and you bring Ferran Torres off the bench, I think that's when he's deadly. I think starting, I don't know, it's just some juju with him, I guess. I think Cancelo had a very, very good game, but I think he gave the ball away a lot. I saw so many moments where Cancelo would pick up the ball, or let's say that Granada on the counter-attack, wins the ball back brilliantly, no one's open, he starts trying to drill past player, loses it, then goes back and gets it. I think, again, Cancelo with another defensive performance that, should be given credit where it's due, similar to Porto. Again, going forward wasn't that great, but defensively today, I thought it was fantastic. And then trying to take a risk with playing a very, very strong team. Again, we got Koundé injured. We are hearing that Koundé has a light sprain in his left ankle and that he shouldn't be out too long, maybe a couple of weeks. He should be back hopefully after the international break. But of course, it's the same thing about Lewandowski, so wait and see in the morning after the tests that he has in Barcelona. He was on the Barcelona bench for the second half watching the game, so he wasn't at the hospital or anything like that, which I think is a positive sign. He did walk off the pitch as well. Again, Lewandowski did, so we'll wait and see on that. But look, I don't think the team played poorly. In fact, I think we played very well. I don't blame Xavi for this result. It's just, again, defensive errors and not finishing the chances. I think if we don't concede that goal in the first minute, we go on to win this game. And if we don't concede the second goal, we go on to win this game. I think if we only conceded one goal, we would have won. Even despite the fact we scored 2 goals, I'm just trying to say, logistically speaking, that this should have been 3 points for Barcelona. Granada are absolutely shocking. They had 2 lucky chances, 2 lucky goals in my opinion. And I think the first goal was lucky. I think the second one was individual brilliance from the forward for Granada, but yeah, again, man, it's just chances going begging and us defensively, not being focused. If Araujo started the game, would have been different. I'm not quite too sure. I think Araujo did play very, very well in this match. In terms of player ratings, I think Ter Stegen probably gets a 7. I think apart from the first goal, I think his distribution was very, very good. Apart from that, he had no real other chances. I think Cancelo 7 again for his defensive output. I think Christensen was a solid 8. I think he played very, very well, defended very well. I think none of the goals were his defensive mistake. He was pulled out of position for that first goal, but apart from that, I think he played very, very well. Koundé probably looking at an average 6, maybe even 5. I thought he was absolutely dreadful. Balde got the assist for the Roberto goal. I think he got forward a lot, came back, worked a lot defensively. Probably give him a 7 or an 8. I think Gundogan was probably a 9. I honestly could even give you an argument for him being a 10 out of 10. I think it was an absolute masterclass from Ilkay. I think Fermin Lopez, I have to highlight him. I thought he played very, very well today. I think he made a lot of great runs forward, had some good interceptions, tracked back, had a few chances as well. I was quite surprised to see Xavi take him off. I think he played very well, probably give him a 7. Gavi, I think Gavi was very mid-game for him, probably an average 6. He gave away the ball a lot. Remember when Granada hit the post after we scored? That was another Gavi mistake. You could say out of the 3 Granada chances this game, 2 of them came from a Gavi mistake, so I'll probably give him an average 6. I think Lamine Yamal, average 6 as well, apart from the tap in for his goal. I honestly didn't see him affect the game that much. For Antoine's probably looking at a 5. I thought he was very, very poor, especially with the chance that he did get. But again, in France's defense, you're playing against a 5-3-2. You have 3 center backs on you every time you get the ball. It is difficult. He isn't a striker. I think Joao Felix gets an 8. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And I think Xavi today probably give him an average 7. I think he beat the right team, made some good changes. But again, it comes down to the players in the final third, scoring those chances. Again, a lot of defensive... It's a lot of individual mistakes that have been costing Barcelona recently. It's not like a team mistake or, the other our opponent just outclasses us. It's just our own doing, our own mistake, which is so disappointing to see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this match review. If you did, make sure you smash a like down below and, of course, subscribe as well. And in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on the match, your thoughts on the goals conceded, your player ratings, your manager rating, who do you blame the game on for, what are your thoughts on the offside goal last second, what are your overall feelings after this match. But mainly, of course, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel tomorrow for a transfer video. Take care, and Forza Barca. Yeah.